Welcome back! In case you're new to my channel, this is my 1980 C3 Corvette project car. Today we're going to be working on windows and weather stripping and molding and I don't know, whatever else tickles my fancy because I've got all day to make some progress. Alright, thank you so much. If you missed any videos, I'll link them here, and while you're here, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Let's go! 'Tops weather stripping. I've been meaning to buy new weather strip gasket adhesive all week, 2 weeks, and I keep forgetting to order it, and this is all I have, so I just want to do my project and this is all I have, and I'm so bummed about it. But guess what? My mom's in the house and I know that she will do me a favor if I buy her something. So wish me luck. She's gonna go for me. I'm gonna take this weather strip off. 0.7 seconds after starting the project and taking out my drill, I've already stripped a screw. So it's better to undo these by hand, really. I don't know what I was thinking. I was Arnold Schwarzeneggering those screws out, strip this one. Just kidding. I didn't strip it, but I was very close to stripping it. When you pull this weather strip out, do it very gingerly because you don't want to rip those plastic holes that are in the fiberglass. I'll explain to you. Just listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. The hardest part about this job is really just getting the T-top back on the car with the new weather stripping. That was a hellacious experience on the passenger side, but after a few days of laying in the sun, it did go back on. I had some people comment that if my weather strip was too thick, that it was cheap weather stripping. Now, this is not cheap weather stripping. It cost me a pretty penny. If it's flimsy, it's cheap. These little clips, these seemingly innocent little clips, you gotta be careful when you remove them. They're all along the edge of the T-top. If you don't grab them right, you could rip the surrounding fiberglass apart, which I did on the last one on one of them. I pulled too hard and it ripped part of the fiberglass on. This one, it looks like the weather strip already was replaced because there's a lot of these little pins missing. There's tons of these pins and they're not stuck in the old weather stripping. I mean, there's some, but not all of them. So you just gotta be careful not to ruin the hole. That's what she said. Pulling these out is pretty satisfying, I gotta say. Those are the little holes that you have to be careful not to rip. You don't want to rip the holes. Don't make the holes too big. They won't grip anymore if the holes are big. You catch my drift? You know what I'm saying? I know you do. See, this one right here, the hole's been broken and these holes are intact. You ruin the hole, the anchors have less to grip to, so your weather stripping is less secure. Mom came through for the win here. 2 containers. Give your mom exactly what you need, an example, and she will come back with exactly what you need. These ones, I found these ones in the center, and I found these ones on the outside. It's best to poke these all the way through the 4 holes and get them aligned before you do the rest of the weather stripping. So I poke them through these holes. Also, when you're using this weather strip, get gloves. This stuff, when it gets on your hands, it's such a nuisance. It can be a real day ruiner. You know, it's really hard to get off. So don't forget, put your glue down before you lay everything down. And this stuff dries pretty fast. It gets tacky pretty fast. I like to use a good glob of this I'm not being scarce with my weather stripping glue. So just don't be afraid to really layer it on. By far the most annoying part of the job is getting these little white shaped, you know what they look like, guys, you know what these little white plastic pieces look like. Getting these little plastic pieces into the holes is the biggest challenge that I have. It hurts your fingers and you're trying to like push through. So it is, anyways, there's no easy way about it. Just gotta make sure that it's properly seated and try your best to get all of the plastic pieces in the holes. And I did have to use a clamp actually on one area while it dried in the sun. I used what I had. I didn't need these, but now I've got extra. Okay, while that dries, I'm gonna figure out what wires I can break free from and which wires are my my door wires. This is not the first time I've de-wired a car, and it probably won't be my last time either. And I've made some grave mistakes in the past. Not this time because I've got that handy dandy colored guide, but still paranoia got the best of me, and I thought I'm going to start up my car, just make sure that it still runs, make sure that I didn't cut anything vital to the operations of the vehicle. Once I verified several times, not seen here, that the car was still in working order, it was time to get out those wire cutters again. I found a lot of wires that had actually already been cut. They led to nothing, you know, and they'll never lead to anything. I don't know I don't need my, glove box to light up. I don't need a cigarette lighter. I don't need an antenna, many things. And I like cutting wires. I like a clean little, area. I do that. I know I didn't really record a lot of that because it was so boring. What are you going to do? Watch me look at wires? And that's what I was doing. These are invaluable. They're invaluable. This helped me figure out, basically all of this stuff here. Tack, blah, 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 blah. None of this is connected to anything. This is not a carbureted motor anymore, so all of this could go. So it could figure out what all this stuff is, get rid of that. Heater, blower switch, seatbelt warning buzzer, glove box light switch, cigar lighter, seatbelt switch. I could figure out all this crap that I don't need. Anti-theft flasher, courtesy light dimmer. Basically all these wires were eventually not connected to anything, so I cut them closer to the source so I wouldn't have all this spaghetti confusing me, and then I could figure out, I can find out right here which one's my left hand window motor, my right hand window motor, up and down. So it just gives me a better idea of what I need and what I don't need. You saw the big mess of wires, so anyways, that felt really good. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the driver's side door panel. I'm going to get that done so I can see what's going on in there. Why do I not want to do that? I do want to do it. It's on the hot side. This is a pretty simplistic door disassembly. There's 3 screws in this handle. There's a couple screws behind that other handle. There's some screws on the side view mirror wand thingamajiggy. But unbeknownst to me, there was an extra screw hidden within that pocket. These are really expensive, so I'm gonna save it. But I'm probably gonna buy a new one, but I'm gonna save it. All right, pretty typical things to find in an old car. You got this random wire that's been rammed in here, not connected to anything. And then down here, a random screw that was connected to the door that I don't even think belonged here. We'll keep it. Some wires that are not connected to nothing. Wonder if they're like the door lock wires. I don't think the auto door is ever locked in this car. And this. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, the other door ended up being even more grim than the first door. The other door doesn't even have it doesn't have one of those lock actuators. Let's be honest here. Do I need power locks in this car? Absolutely not. Why do I want to fix the power locks? Because I feel like a failure if I don't. You don't need power locks. You don't. Probably not gonna do it. Should I do it? This is the new wiring harness. These guys. I'm already defeated. The moment these wires come out, I just stop trying. It's like I just stop trying. So I gotta figure out why there's no power going to the switch. I plug it in and I test the little holes where the switch goes, and only one of them is getting power. One of them is and one of them's not. It's like one wire is dead. I can't figure it out. I distract myself by looking at my window actuators, which just put me in a further funk of a mood looking at these things. They're never gonna work again, ever. I don't even care, I'm over it. But I figure out that coming from the glove box, one of the wires is cut. So that's why I'm not getting any power. There's power to one of the wires, but not the other one. So many things wrong. The up, Found out where everything should be connected. I have confirmed with myself I am not going to replenish the power of windows. There's no way. I'm just not doing it. There's no point. The window, why would you need power windows? The window puller, not power windows, power door locks. The power door lock thing, the door lock thing is right next to the power door. I will put a switch back for the vanity aspect, but who am I kidding? I don't need power locks. I don't need to make this a miserable time trying to reinstall these power locks. They've been cut to bits. And yes, I have a new harness and I can figure all that out, but let's face the facts. Those actuators, those power lock actuators, they never really work, and then they'll quit anyways, and I just don't need it. I don't need that drama. I don't need that drama in my life, and I'm not doing it. I found the problem with the passenger side window. Where the harness hooks up to the new harness, one of the wires is gone. Let me show you. Someone cut it and it wasn't me. So the new connector, all this other stuff is power lock, so I'm not going to need this anymore. That's the new connector. I have to sneak this through the door, and again, this stuff is for the power locks. I'm not going to do it. I'll just tuck it away, but I do need this. And I don't need these. I do need this, and this plugs into this prong up here, and you can see it was going up, but it wasn't going down because like it's missing that wire, and I did not cut it. So that wire snakes up in here, and this is it right here. I've isolated the wire that needs to be. I plugged this into that thing and it goes up and down. So that's the wire. I've got to extend it from here down to this prong. I'm not gonna do that today, and that's fine. But at least I know what to do. The reason I'm not gonna do it today is because I don't feel like snaking that wire through right now. That's not what I'm planning on doing right now. Okay, at least I know what's going on. I'll tap this in here for now. Before I wrap up, I want to just test my theory so I can go to bed happy at night knowing that I've got a plan for the next day. So I strip a little wire and I connect it, and sure enough, my theory is correct. That is the wire that needs to be reconnected. I feel so good about this. Then I spend the rest of my day looking for my glasses that were right here the entire time. Productive. Muy productive. So I figured out the wiring situation on the passenger side door, so all I have to do is solder and connect those wires back together, and my windows will roll up and down. I just got to connect the switches. Same thing with my my driver's side door. I'm going to replace the motor so that it rolls up nice and strong, but then I just have to connect the wires, and yes, that will be good. I also took the door panel off, finished the weather stripping on my driver's side T-top. Yeah, I mean, progress is progress, and it was made today. And I thank you so much for watching. My neighbor who lives next door to me, he walked by today and he was like, "Hey, I watch your videos," and it felt so good. I was like, "You watch my videos?" I mean, I was like super flattered. I can't believe anybody watches my videos. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. So I'm committed to wiring up my soon-to-be audio system before I get all the carpet lined up. And I got some wiring to start off with. It's an amp wiring. I just got a kit because it was on Amazon, so I could get it quick. Anyways, I've done wires before, and then I just got super confused. The bottom line is, I'm going with Scar. I really like their logo. No, I've always wanted a Scar audio. I know Alpine's really cool and all, but I like Scar, so that's what I'm going with. Scar.